Have you invited a gang of killers into your house? A gang of ruthless serial killers. If you're eating a typical Western diet, the gang's all here. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, obesity. The West's #1 gang of killers. Get the gang before they get you. In just 30 days with C.H.I.P, the Coronary Health Improvement Project. Live long and prosper with C.H.I.P. We're going gangbusters.
We don't have a health crisis in this country. We have a lifestyle crisis in this country for health.
Many patients that you can identify, it's their lifestyle. It's at the root of their problems.
Remember, the first sign of many heart attacks, 40%, the first sign is sudden death. There's not much you can do after that.
I first woke up, so to speak, when I was working on the anesthesia service, learning how to put people to sleep. And I was seeing my patients for the next day's surgery for coronary artery bypass surgery in order to bypass clogged arteries in their heart. Because it was late at night, I drew the man's blood test, and when I took the blood to the laboratory and had it processed, I couldn't believe my eyes. Now, normally, this liquid layer floating on top of the blood clot is quite transparent. It's a yellow, but quite clear. You can see right through it. The blood in this patient's tube, however, was anything but clear. The serum floating on his clot was thick and greasy white. It looked like glue. In fact, it stuck to the sides of the blood tube when I shook the tube. I went back to the patient. I said, "Mr. Phillips, did you eat before you came to the hospital tonight?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What did you have?" He said, "I had a cheeseburger and a milkshake." And when he said that, I realized that what I was looking at in his tube was all the fat in the beef burger, all the butter fat in the cheese, and the butter fat in the ice cream and in the milkshake. And all this fat had oozed out into his blood and actually turned his blood fatty. Well, 30, 40, 50 years of keeping your blood very fatty creates changes in the blood vessels that are very dangerous.
Over the years, arteries can become clogged with fatty material. Then a blood clot can form, blocking the blood flow completely. If the artery leads to the heart, the lack of oxygen can cause heart muscle to die. That's a heart attack. If the clogged artery leads to the brain, the patient has a stroke.
The next morning, we took Mr. Phillips to the operating room, and I put him to sleep, and the surgeon opened up his chest. And from these arteries, he began pulling out yellow, greasy deposits of fatty material called atherosclerosis.
Can just 30 days bring a drastic change for the better in your health? A recent article in the American Journal of Cardiology and more than 25,000 C.H.I.P graduates from around the world say yes. C.H.I.P founder Dr. Hans Diehl, a pioneering heart disease researcher at the Pritikin Longevity Center and one of America's leading health authorities, will lead you on an exciting, easy-to-understand, scientifically validated adventure to discover how, in just 30 days, you can reverse and normalize diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, reduce your stroke risk factors, normalize your blood pressure, drop blood cholesterol by an average of 20%, decrease your risk of osteoporosis, eat more food, and still lose weight, and enhance the overall quality of your life by making some safe, simple, painless, deliberate lifestyle choices and changes. Safe, simple, just 30 days? Yes.
We can take this concept into the community and enroll 100, 200, 500, 2,000 people, and we can measure the changes in their cholesterol, in their blood pressure, in their diabetes, in their weight, and we can show very, very clearly that the changes are real. For instance, the cholesterol levels on the average drop 15 to 20%. That means that a 15 to 20% drop in cholesterol will reduce the chance of a heart attack by 50%. Think of it. Every percentage point drop in cholesterol will reduce the chance of a heart attack by 3 times that amount. So 20% drop in cholesterol, that's 50%. We can cut the risk of a heart attack in half in 4 weeks with the C.H.I.P program.
I went from 22 pills and 7 or 8 Tylenols a day to 3 pills within 3 months.
My husband's cholesterol went down 50 points after 1 month. My blood pressure improved dramatically.
I lost 21 pounds, my cholesterol went down, my triglycerides went down, and 3 years later, I'm still not experiencing the chest pains that I did then.
And my cholesterol went down from about 200, I think it was 213 down to about 142 or 47. So it works.
My triglycerides were about 243 when I came into the program. They dropped to about 82.
See, and now these diced mangoes just jump right into your face. Hypertension, high blood pressure, associated with strokes and heart attacks. Here again, we can document from residential care facilities that 50 to 85% of the hypertensive patients can normalize their blood pressures and be off their medications in 4 weeks just because they made some simple lifestyle changes.
My blood pressure's dropped 50 points. My cholesterol's dropped 56 points.
I was on up to 7 pills a day between blood pressure and arthritis. 3 weeks into the C.H.I.P program, my physician figured out that it was no longer necessary to be on these medications.
And then my blood pressure went down from 200 over 90 something to 130 over 70 something now in just 3 weeks. And I've stopped taking Prozac.
You see, she had replaced me with a German chocolate cake. And diabetes? We know from residential treatment programs that every second diabetic that developed the disease after 40 years of age can be off insulin within 4 to 8 weeks. That's right. And all they have to do is make some simple lifestyle changes to understand the cause and effect relationships between how we choose to eat, how we choose to live, and the diseases that we develop. We know exactly what to do.
I've reduced my insulin intake by 25 units.
Within 3 weeks of the program, doing it pretty diligently, I no longer needed to take insulin.
This morning my sugar was 106, and my medicine and my pills is cut down to half.
The bigger the snacks, the larger the slacks. It works every time. And overweight? The C.H.I.P program will show you how you can eat more and lose weight. No gimmicks. That's the way it is. You will eat like a horse and you will lose weight, but we show you how to do it the right way.
So the university has rather broadly embraced the program, and the results are stunning. Practically everyone on the executive staff who has participated in the program has lost weight.
I have lost 16 pounds. I feel great.
I lost, as I said, 39 pounds on the program.
227 January 1st, and I weighed myself this morning. I believe I was at 171.
And what we sometimes do, we look up our weight and then we say, oh, I'm too short. You know what happens to most obesity programs? People lose weight, and after 1 year, they have regained their weight, and oftentimes with an extra bonus to boot, not with C.H.I.P.
Medical professionals are noticing C.H.I.P.'s results.
It's a rarity in medicine to see that many people benefited in a short period of time.
And these changes are much more powerful than medications. Medication is the adjunct to diet.
Seeing people come through C.H.I.P and seeing the changes that take place so quickly.
I'm really amazed at the changes that people have made.
C.H.I.P delivers dividends for businesses too, improving the health of their profits through better employee health and a better bottom line. The Burroughs Corporation of Kalamazoo, Michigan invested $6,000 to send 27 employees to C.H.I.P, and just 1 year later, they realized a savings of $12,300 in medication costs alone.
That in turn makes a better employee, healthier employee, happier employee, less work comp claim.
C.H.I.P can make all the difference in your life. 30 days, a profound difference. 30 days, it can change your life forever.
Just 30 days. Join the C.H.I.P gang and put that other gang out of business. C.H.I.P. Live long and prosper.
Until their lifestyle is dealt with, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire.